before we get into the intro, guys, we're just showing off our photo cards. This is who I keep in my wallet.
Wait. My wallet's in my purse, but I have this on the shelf next to my desk. Utah and Laura.
Oh, okay. He looked like 10 for a second. From Wavy, but yeah, I keep one woo. And then, oh my lord, I'm just gonna be like, how do you not know? But from her latest NMIX album, she pulled like 3 of the same cards. Like identical cards. So.
Just accidentally pulled up the code on my computer. That was scary.
The code.
Well,
the code. The code. All hail Plankton.
I was thinking the claw.
Oh. Yeah, so obviously you could tell this is not Emily 2.
Nope.
This is our unofficial co-host, Dana. But yeah.
Been a long time.
It's been a long time, but we are back with another Are We Nerds podcast episode. I think this is episode 62. Which is kind of crazy. We're almost to the triple digits. Like, what are we doing? Anyways, reason why Emily 2 is not reason why Emily 2 is not in this episode is 1, because she is busy editing her vlog content stuff. I think that entails her bookshelf journey and then her Pokemon Go event stuff. And then number 2, she does not watch Apothecary Diaries. Boo! Boo, lame, boo! Why? Just quit your job and watch Apothecary Diaries. I'm just kidding.
Tomato.
Yeah. But you know who does? We do. And that's why we're talking about it today. Because I think we're both firm believers that everyone needs to go watch Apothecary Diaries.
Full stop. Period. End of story. Hold on. I need to get my lasagna out of the oven. It's time.
It's time. It's time to lock in. Well, while she's gone doing pulling her lasagna out, I'm gonna plug in my new Instagram for my Depop thrifting adventures. This is backwards, but you get the point. Anyways, I'll insert a screenshot. Yeah. So Emily 2 convinced me to make a Instagram because we're gonna be holding a market, and this is just another page for me to gain some traction for my Depop. If you don't know what Depop is, it's like a online thrifting where you sell your clothes and other items, yada yada yada. So I sell pre-owned stuff, and then I also go to thrift stores and I find things that I think people would like. So you guys should go follow that, because you guys love me. So yeah, we're going to be discussing the Apothecary Diaries and why we believe you should go lock in, watch it right now. Okay? So this video is gonna be split into spoiler free part, which we'll get into first because duh. And then mega spoilers to the current episode out now, which is episode 20 as of February 27th. So, well, let's get right into it. Do you have your Google Doc open? No, you do not. She's not locked in.
I did read through it, but I didn't open it.
I hope it made sense. No.
That's why I told you I was gonna raw dog it, because I didn't
Well, just to follow along, because I'm
get it.
gonna make you say things. I'm gonna make you read things. Okay. The Apothecary Diaries. This is a wonderful anime. It is from Studio Toho Animation. Genres: historical, drama, mystery, romance. I saw the romance. I giggled because I was like, one-sided.
Girl, girl.
I was like, Jinshi.
It's giving pining.
Poor Jinshi.
It's giving. He gives her the ick. All of the ick.
Yeah, it's so. Yeah.
Even Crunchyroll said that. They made a TikTok and the sound was like "She Get the Ick" or something. That was the song. She get the ick.
Dang. She give me the ew.
Ew.
Poor Jinshi.
Brother.
Brother.
Like, no, literally. No, actually though. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Do you want to read the description in a narrated voice?
I think that this description is a little whack.
Is ass?
I'm gonna read it anyway. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, if you want, you can go to the character link. That's the My Anime list, and then you can just find the description there.
Do they have a different one? Is this Apothecary Diaries one from Crunchyroll?
Yeah.
That's why it's bad.
It goes straight to the characters, but if you just click the parts up there where it's got the kusu,
Yeah, I see it. Thank you.
Whatever, and it's got the synopsis.
Okay.
Loudly, precise, concise. Is that a word?
Oh my god. Okay. Mao, an apothecary's daughter, has been plucked from her peaceful life and sold to the lowest echelons of the imperial court. Now, merely a maid, Mao settles into her new mundane life and hides her extensive knowledge of medicine in order to avoid any unwanted attention.
Mm-hmm.
Not long after Mao's arrival.
Mao.
Not long after Mao's arrival, the Emperor's infant children inexplicably begin to experience grave symptoms, almost as if a curse has been cast. The curious Mao easily solves the mystery and, to remain under the limelight, attempts to leave an anonymous tip. Unfortunately, the dashing and perceptive eunuch, Jinshi, sees through it and manages to single her out. In recognition of her talent, Mao is promoted to lady-in-waiting for the Emperor's favorite concubine, Yokuyo. As Mao continues to remedy the numerous ailments afflicting the imperial court, her pharmaceutical expertise, quickly proves indispensable. I think that is very vague and really only describes the first, arc. Basically, this girl is a savant when it comes to apothecary knowledge and herbal knowledge, okay? She's a freaking weirdo, capital W, man. She's weird. She's so weird.
But weird in she's very passionate
weird in a way. Yeah.
About she is hyper focused on what she likes and all the weird things that are a part of it. So any medicine, herbs,
yeah,
stuff like that. So literally it'll be like a root, and she's like, ooh, it's so crazy.
It happens though that she's kind of she's living with her dad in this in the red light district basically, and she's all buddy with the I don't remember what they're called, but the ladies who work
the prostitute house.
Brothel.
Yeah, the brothel.
Yeah, the ladies who work at the brothel, but she's all buddy with them, and the grandma who the madam who runs the place. She gets kidnapped from her home and is sold into servitude to the rear palace where the concubines live, the concubines of the emperor. And she gets found out, basically. Like, she sees these, like, medical mysteries. People are like, oh my god, it's a curse. And she's like, LOL, no, it's, you're poisoned, actually. And this eunuch, allegedly, Jinshi, spots her and is like, you are the love of my life. I'm obsessed with you. He's not the love of his life at first. He's kind of like, you're really weird and I like you a lot. Maybe we should hang out or something. You remember that song, Emily? Hey, I think you're really cute.
And
I like you a lot. That's exactly what that's the vibe. And it's kind of takes the turn of like a procedural drama where like every episode she's trying to solve a new medical mystery, basically, mixed with like palace intrigue. So I'm just eating it up.
She's like
also Jinshi's obsessed with her.
She's like a female Sherlock Holmes, but like,
yeah,
just a girl, just a girl who likes her medicine. She literally likes poisoning herself to test out stuff, which is like so crazy because like throughout the episode she'll be trying to solve these mysteries that are happening in the rear palace, and she's just like, because she's also a food taster, so she's like, oh. Yeah,
she's a poison tester person.
Yeah, so she's like, oh, I know this has poison in it. And she just goes...
And she's like...
and she, like, licks her lips, and she's like, delicious. Huh? Girl, huh?
Girl, that's why she's a weirdo. And even Jinshi's like, huh?
Oh, you know what one thing I like about Mao Mao? One, her name. It's so fun to say.
Xiao Mao.
Two, the way when she's like sneaking around, and I don't know what the word is, but she's like sneak. She's like just go around. Also, the chibi forms are so cute. I'll insert some photos, but like, the animation for it, like it goes from serious to like now Jinshi and Mama are in like chibi form because she's like, "Are you dumb?" And he's just like,
this studio, it's beautiful. It is the most beautiful animation that I've seen, because I feel like I've been oversaturated with whatever the studio that did Attack on Titan and JJK.
Mappa?
Yeah. I've been like oversaturated with their studio, and now I'm seeing something else and I'm like, actually this is beautiful and pleasing to the eyes.
Maybe like,
I love it.
I feel like with like, I don't know, because like they're all animation, but something about like Mappa animation, and I'm not hating on it because I like really like it, but like
it's severe.
It's more like realistic looking in animation compared to like how the design is for Apothecary Diaries. You know what I mean?
Apothecary, I feel like the color palettes are also different. Like Apothecary Diaries is like very highly saturated. That's a lot more stylized when it comes to like how the characters look, whereas with Mappa, it's like it's a lot more severe looking. It's harsh because I feel like a lot of the anime that they do produce is like action kind of whatever, so I don't know, maybe it lends itself to a different style.
Also with it being like a historical like drama animation, I don't think we actually know where exactly this is, because it's not like ancient China or something.
It's like it's giving China.
It is, but I don't think it's like set in our world, or I don't know if it's ever like classified as that in the anime or the manga. We're both only,
but it's like it's giving China.
Yeah, just to clarify, we're both anime only watchers, like, for now.
Although I do be spoiling some of the manga for myself. If it comes up on my TikTok, I'm watching it. Okay,
yes.
I will say this is the only show that I do this for.
I will say,
let's be clear,
I feel like depending on the 24th episode, the final episode of the season, if it's a cliffhanger, I'm jumping off.
I'm reading the whole thing.
I'm jumping off the cliff. I will read it.
I'm gonna read all of it in a night.
I like, okay, obviously, when it comes to, like, animating it for the anime, and then, like, drawing it for the manga, they are, like, similar, but different. So, I think I prefer how Jinshi looks in the anime, because he's, like, beautified.
So too.
He's got the beauty filter on in the anime. He still looks pretty cool and, like, beautiful in the manga, but it just hits different. You know what I mean? So, I think that would be something that I'd have to get used to, but damn, they put in the work.
I could get used to it.
They put in the work when they animate Jinshi, for real. But also Mao Mao. Also, really good opening songs.
Oh my god.
And ending songs.
The insert songs too.
Yeah. So good. I think my main point of why I think people would really enjoy the show is how, like, independent and, like, different Mao Mao is as a main female character. Like, Jinshi, yeah. One of the voices, like, so distinct, so different. It's a lower,
like us.
Yeah, it's a lower alto tone. She's got, like, weird little, like, snippets and what on, like, she's kind of, like, monotone when it comes to how she involves herself with, like, dumber people.
She's like, if people are questioning her, they're like, what's a little girl like you doing around here? She's like, I work here.
She's very sneaky too. She really knows.
She's so sneaky. Yeah. She's nosy.
Yeah, from growing up in the, like, red light district, she really is, like, street smart and book smart at the same time. So I find that really intriguing as a main character. Like, she knows how to manipulate people to get the results that she needs in order to, like, find out who did what. And I think
that. Though, like, alternatively, Jinshi is a very interesting character as well, because on the surface he seems like he's very, like, he does, I think, truly love the attention that he gets from the women in the rear palace. Like, I think he really does enjoy it, but at the same time it's like, who are you? Because you know that he's not, like, you can guess, you can infer, and this is not a spoiler, like, you know that this man is not a eunuch. It's just no way.
Yeah.
There's just no way. And his motivations, I think, are unclear. Like, I don't know what his goal is as a character. Because it's not self-preservation. He's not in any danger, really. It's not necessarily to protect Mao Mao, because, like, she be getting herself into trouble.
Oh, when I'm telling you, she's getting beat. It gets physical sometimes, which is kind of spoilers, but, like, it's just crazy. But, like, that's just because she's a servant.
Yeah.
At this point, and then, like, how, like, the people that are, like, hitting her are either other servants that are, like, bullying her because Jinshi's involved with her, and they're like, how could you be with, why are you around him, why are you involved with him, get away from him, he's beautiful, he's mine, like, you know, cat fight. And then like her being nosy as a servant, and then people are like, how dare you, well, bam,
yeah.
And she's just like,
but I think though that he himself, separate from Mao Mao, is like, he acts differently depending on who he's talking to, and it's hard as a watcher only to, like, to distinguish which one is real and which one is not. And you want to believe so badly that the way that he is with Mao Mao is the way that he really is, but you know that he's hiding things from her as well. So it's like,
I mean, definite code switching.
Oh yeah.
Facade, he doesn't show all his cards.
Anyone. Not even his servant Gaoshen. Like, even with Gaoshen, he's probably more himself, but he's still not, like,
So
100%, you know? Like,
yeah, so it's like when you're watching him, and then like throughout this season, you're just like, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, what are your end goals? What are we doing here? Why are you?
and
Which
also,
I guess,
like, why are you kind of important?
yeah. So it's just like,
More important than a eunuch should be.
And
you're
I
left
just
to wonder, like, what his real identity is.
and I just think
And
it's
that's not been revealed yet.
so funny that Mao Mao is so smart at like solving all these mysteries but like straight
Can't
up,
figure out
it's
the
just
dude.
it's like so in front of her that she can't see it, that she's just like,
No.
he's a eunuch. Duh. That's why he's
That's
here.
the way it is.
That's the way it is.
He wouldn't be in the rear palace if he wasn't a eunuch.
Yeah. Right.
Except for he is.
And I'm like, girl.
Girl, touch grass.
But interestingly, I saw that Apothecary Diaries was like number 9 on the most like watched streaming animes today. Number 9.
As it should be.
It's got a 5 out of 5 rating on Crunchyroll. Period. And then
I don't know if it is like hard to achieve, but as it should.
It's got an 8.8 on my anime list. But I think why, I don't know, I'm just like guessing. Because throughout the anime, you're trying to figure out things, especially when it comes to like who Jinshi it like really is, and then like there's this whole like underlying conspiracy about the previous emperor's like children.
The bloodline is confusing.
The bloodline is really confusing. I feel so dumb watching the show sometimes. I'm just like, I don't know if, I don't know if I'm like really getting what's putting down. So you really have to pay attention to dialogue and like what is being said, because if right over my head sometimes, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then something will happen, I'm like, what? Doink, what? That's so crazy. Like, I feel stupid watching the show sometimes. So,
yeah.
Like, Charlie, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the board meme where he's like, that's how I feel trying to explain stuff. And all I can say is just watch it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Can we get to the spoiler part now, please?
Yeah, we're going to get to the spoiler part now because... okay. Spoilers. This is all spoilers now. We're going to be getting into characters like more in depth, and then we're going to be getting into like theories we have and Jinshi family tree bloodline, okay? And then like what recently happened in episode 19 and 20.
Mau Mau tree bloodline.
True.
I'm gonna drop on you. I don't know if you know
Me?
or not.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah. So
I haven't talked to you about this yet.
I want to get right into episode 19 and 20. So
please.
In these episodes, Mama gets beat. She gets
beat the hell up.
She gets literally like obliterated in the face.
Slapped across the face with a billy club. Okay.
Yeah.
And she falls down the stairs.
Well, okay, so I guess because I gotta sneeze.
Look up.
Oh God!
You didn't know? Now you know.
So what happens is this vile man. I don't even know what he is in the court. He's not like a scholar.
He's just an official.
Jockin? I was like Jockin. No, isn't that little imp thing? What's his name?
He's the little monster, Lockin.
Lockin. See, the whole time I've been calling him like Jockin or whatever. I'm just like, no.
Girl, don't put disrespect on Jockin.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Lockin. He's like, he works in the court. He's something. He's important.
He's an official.
He's got power. People are scared of him. He has a stupid little monocle, okay? Well...
He's a freaking weirdo.
He's like throughout like the other episodes too, he's kind of like behind the scenes, like just around. But then he starts approaching Jinshi, and he's like,
he's lurking.
He's lurking. But he starts approaching Jinshi in his office and like having these random ass like story times of like him telling this one story throughout these meetings. And it's about him at the brothel house where Mao Mao comes from. And so he poses Jinshi with this question where he's like, do you know how to like, what was it?
He was like, do you know how to devalue a prostitute?
Like a
basically?
courtesan.
Like, what
Yeah.
do you do to make the most valuable courtesan that there is? Like, do you know how to take all of her value away and make her worth nothing?
Because
then she's like, no.
Because prior to that, like,
I'm not vile.
The story that he's telling Jinshi, he's talking about how there was this very prized courtesan, and the higher up you are, you don't have to do all the things you need to do. You don't have to put out. You would just sit there for conversation. You play games, and then like, if people, you have to be like super duper rich to like buy the courtesan out for the deed, for the sexy time,
to sleep with her.
Yeah. So like, the more pure they are, the more expensive they are, and they need to hold on to their purity. So basically, he drops this whole bomb later on where, well, not even him, because he just posed the question to Jinshi, how do you devalue a courtesan? So Jinshi and Mao Mao are out and about, because they're both going.
And Jinshi knows, like at this point, Jinshi knows that she comes from and is acquainted with this brothel, and he knows that she like knows the ins and outs of it. So they're out because he's meeting somebody at the brothel, I guess. And
at a brothel.
I don't really remember.
I can't remember either.
It wasn't the brothel.
I don't know why he was there.
I don't think they showed us.
I don't think they said anything. But like they were both.
I think I let them make me forget from everything else that they did.
They were both walking the same place. They posed the question, why don't you just go with Jinshi and show him where to go? So basically they're there. Then he posed the question, Mama, do you know how to devalue a courtesan? Yeah. She was upset at this question. Straight up monotone thing. Go with it.
She was like, yo, that's a weird question to ask. But she tells him, and she's like, basically, you, like, if she's pure, you have to sleep with her, right? And the thing that you could do that would devalue her the most would be to get her pregnant. But what do you think this vile, nasty ass man did?
Yeah. So that posed the whole thing of where it was implied that Lock-in had probably sexually assaulted, most likely, this courtesan. And it goes to the point of, and not to like trigger anyone if this is a sensitive topic or, whatnot. But it pans to like an image of her, because Mama says, or somehow you figure out that the woman that Lock-in had done this to, literally like kind of went insane. She's ill, bedridden. Kind of lost her mind.
Here's kind of what happened, and they show you this through like clips, right? And you can kind of infer what happened, and based on how she looks now, because she's still alive. She's in the brothel, secluded, to be cared for. They basically reveal that she got syphilis at some point, and she's got these terrible rashes all over her body. And like with the incubation period of syphilis, by the time that you get rashes, it's like it's too late. Nothing can be done, and I don't think anything can be done, or it could be done back then anyway. So number one, she gets syphilis. Number two, he does what he does to her, gets her pregnant. And from a previous episode, we know that Mao Mao has this dream where she's a baby. She's on the bed with presumably her mother, who tries to like take a knife basically and is like going to kill her baby, Mau Mau. And obviously she doesn't because Mau Mau's alive.
Right.
But cut to present day, Mau Mau is on her like day off or whatever at the brothel, and they're like, yo, you need to go take care of, you know, her, that woman, or whatever. They don't refer to her. They don't give her a name.
But she had to go to the reap house because the guy with the weird monocle was there. Which is
so
not
now
good.
You're like, okay, there's a connection, obviously, between this weird man and Mau Mau. What is it? Girl, you can guess what it is. This woman who he assaulted, got pregnant, is her mother, okay? Mau Mau is caring for her, hides whenever this man comes around because they know that if Lock-in, this weird man, sees Mau Mau, even though Mau Mau does everything she can to make herself ugly, she's also, if you don't know already, she's also like insanely beautiful when she puts makeup on, and then she purposefully like makes herself ugly by just like putting freckles on, I guess, because freckles make you ugly. Apparently, we're gonna like don't even get started. Okay, but anyway, they know that like he's a weirdo, and if he sees Mau Mau, he's gonna like do some weird shit, right? So she's like taking care of her syphilitic mother, right? And you're like, holy shit, this man is her daddy.
Which, like, and he says, like, to Jinshi or something, like, my daughter. Mm-hmm. So, like, he knows about her. He's known about her. People are doing their best to keep her away from him, but which is kind of hard now that she works in the same, like, palace area as him.
Yeah.
Like, what is
She's not in the rear palace anymore.
Yeah.
In the rear palace, she's protected because men who are not eunuchs cannot go into the rear palace because that's where the emperor's concubines live. But now she's working in somewhere else in like the West Palace or something where Jinshi lives because she's a servant in his house, basically. And so it's harder now to keep Lock-in away from her. And Jinshi knows that. Like, he doesn't know why, like, he does not know at first why Lock-in is so interested in Mau Mau, but he knows that they're connected somehow. And he's like, you're a weirdo, clocked immediately. I know that you're weird. And I like her, so I don't want her near you. And then he finds out basically everything that this man has done and knows that Lock-in is Mau Mau's father. And he's like, you're a fucking psycho. Stay away from my girl.
But that's like, because you could see with Lock-in, like, he wants something to do with Mau Mau. And I don't know in what way he wants control over her.
It's weird.
I don't know if he wants control over her because she looks like her mother, which makes it even more fucking weird. Or two, he wants control of her because she's a girl. He's blood related to her. He can use her for marriage connections to someone. And in Jinshi being somehow connected to the royal bloodline, is he trying to use her in that way? Like, I don't know what he wants with her.
It would also be, like, in order to do that, like, he would have to officially claim her somehow.
Yeah.
So, and in order to do that, they would have to have a relationship, I think. If he said, like, okay, this girl, Xiao Mao, is my daughter, like, he would have to claim her. It's so weird. I don't know why he, like, but also, okay. See, this is what we mean. Like, it was so hard for me not to talk to anybody about this because she literally just caught up like 2 days ago, and I've been caught up, like, I've been watching the episodes like clockwork when they come out because I'm like, give it to me now.
Sorry. It took so long. But I'm here.
So, and this is, I've been having these conversations with myself. I'm like, but like, why? Why is he doing this? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like,
who is
so
he?
Weird. number one, I think he wants something weird, like sexually with her. I think he's a freaking weirdo, okay? I think he would do it. Number two, I think he's only concerned with her as his daughter for nefarious political purposes, okay? Number three, I think he also knows that Jinshi is like not obsessed with her, but like I don't know, thinks of her as like a pet or something. That's what he thinks. This man probably. So he knows that if something happens with Mao Mao, she has influence over Jinshi, and Jinshi being an important person, like that could be useful to lock in. Basically, I think he's on some kind of like blackmail power trip or something. I don't know. But I think that brings us to who the fuck is Jinshi? I think I found a. Okay, I'm gonna send this to you.
Is this Reddit?
This is Reddit, and it doesn't say who, like which son is which, but I think I can.
This whole thing is confusing.
Okay.
Who the frick is who?
Basically,
even though we started at the very same time, Hamilton became.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to explain
What the freak?
why I think Jinshi is the rightful heir to the throne. Okay, here we go. There was once upon a time. You can use photo cards. Once upon a time, there was the previous emperor. Okay, he had a propensity to.
It's like
who we're using.
Okay.
This is no reflection on him. I don't remember his name. Okay. Anyway, okay. The previous emperor had the propensity. He liked little girls, basically. Trigger. He liked little girls. And he and the Empress Dowager. This is a chicken. This is what happens when you work in ag. You get stuff like this. They had a son. Okay. And
we're like, no.
wait a damn minute.
Wait, no, hold on. Let me read to you what this Reddit thing says. This is what this person put together. They said, okay, so Aldo is his mom.
Yes.
The emperor right now is his father.
Is his dad.
Yeah.
Yes.
The former emperor, that makes him the grandfather. The Empress Dowager Anshi is his grandmother.
Yes.
The Empress Regent is his great grandmother.
Yeah.
What's her name? The concubine
Gyokyo.
Gyokyo's children, half siblings of Jinshi.
Yeah.
The
So basically,
and then the child swapped with Jinshi is his uncle,
who died
and was born from the Empress
Dowager.
Okay. So then that would make him the eldest son.
This one has the ages of everybody. So apparently when the Empress Dowager had the child who died. So the Empress Dowager and Jinshi are the same age, okay? Because the Empress Dowager was older, okay? Not the Empress Dowager and Jinshi. The Empress Dowager's son who died and Jinshi are the same age. Because the Empress Dowager was having a child at the same age that Ao Duo and the current emperor were having a child. One of these babies died, and it was the Empress Dowager's child, and Ao Duo. However, because the Empress Dowager was also having birth at the same time as Aoduo, and Aoduo is not like an official wife, she's just a concubine. The physician went and spent all of his time on the Empress Dowager and not any time on Aoduo. They both had their children. One of these babies dies, like in infancy, in the first couple of hours or whatever. They swap the children. The child who lives is Aoduo's son, who is Jinshi. He lives and is moved, for some reason, somewhere else and raised separately. Unclear why. And the Empress Dowager's son obviously dies. So
people right now, okay, because they haven't said the reasoning of why they did that, and we don't really know from what the show's told us so far that Jinshi is like posing as the Empress Dowager's child if he's the one that lived, and then so the role that he has right now is that he's the Emperor's brother. Yeah, but technically
he's not treated like that because he's cosplaying as a eunuch for some reason and taking hormonal suppressants.
Well, that's what eunuchs do. But I don't know why he's doing that. But I'm guessing based off of other historical dramas that I've watched, the reason why he's pretending that he's not as important of a person is because he's a young male and brothers of the Emperor. So it would be like the different factions would be like, I want him as the Emperor. We should get rid of I don't know.
I think, though, the reason that he is hiding, and I haven't thought about it until just now, but I think that the reason that he's hiding is because, number one, the Emperor doesn't know that either of those children lived. Everybody thinks
because he was with
that both of those children died. Everybody thinks that both of those children died. So Aoduo knows that Jinshi is her son, number one. I think she knows why they were switched, which we don't know why they were switched. Because obviously if the Emperor, I guess the previous Emperor was still alive, so it wouldn't behoove anybody for the current Emperor, who was not the Emperor at the time, to have a bloodline when the previous Emperor did not. Did he? No, he did, because the current Emperor was his son.
Yeah.
I'm really confused.
What was the reason?
I try to figure out what's going on, and then I talk myself into a corner, and then I'm like, wait, what the fuck? So anyway.
What was the reason?
I think, what was the reason? Number one, current Emperor doesn't know that Jinshi is his son or is alive. Number two, Aoduo knows, and knows why they were switched. Jinshi knows that children were switched. I think he's confused about who his parents are. No, he's not. Because when Aoduo left, he was all sad and emo. Remember? Because she invited him to her place to have a drink, and he was all emo after that and was hugging Mao and crying.
Yeah.
He was drunk.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so the only one that can really tell us these things is that doctor that was there, which happens to be Mama's guardian, her father.
Mama's adopted daddy.
So I need him to tell me things.
Because he was expelled because the Empress Dowager's son died, even though he was attending.
And then Jinshi knows that he is related to the Imperial bloodline somehow, because in these latest episodes, he's just whole.
He's oh yeah, the children were switched.
Well, that too, but
no
him going I need more power to do what I'm trying to do. Well, what are you trying to do?
Why is he jockeying? Does he want to be emperor? I don't know. And also, other people know that he's important somehow because he was in that ceremony when he almost died. So I'm
but what was that ceremony for? That's what I want to know. One, that, and then two, he's probably still posing as a eunuch because he needs to uncover some evidence of things in the rear palace. So that's how why he's going in.
Ooh, it makes my brain hurt. I don't know. I'm just see, and this is why I love shows like this because okay, I can try to figure it out all I want, but I'm too dumb to crack the code. You know, like
literally retweet because I'm just like
retweet
according to my calculations.
I think though. So we know kind of how Mao Mao's tree looks. We kind of know what Jinshi's tree looks like. I think though that we should move on to.
But what's her name? Gyo. She's pregnant again. What
allegedly.
If she allegedly? What if she gives birth to a boy?
Well then, fuck. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Because then that would put him. He would be a challenger to Jinshi's claim to the throne. Because at that point,
if he wants to be emperor at all.
Yeah, because at that point, he has more.
And there's nothing wrong with this current emperor. I'm not understanding, like, if he does, like, if he has some kind of, like, beef or something. I'm not sure, because there's nothing wrong with this dude. Like, he's trying to move away from his father's propensity to like little girls. He's not super into it.
And the new pure concubine, what's her deal? Why is she weird?
That thing that you sent, the tree, it showed her having a love connection to Gao Shun's son, who is Jinshi's friend who he's sparring with.
Really? Oh my god. Wait, I saw a love connection thing between the other attendant that's been with her, the one that's kind of mean to Mao Mao, with the youngest concubine.
That's what I meant.
No, not the pure concubine. I mean, not...
No. The one who came in who's like all moody. The one who doesn't talk to anyone. Gao Shun's son is like, his name isn't Bosco, but that's who I'm thinking of.
Bosco.
That's the name. It's not Bosco. It's something else.
No, Boston. No, I thought Rishu was the really young...
No, Rishu is the new one. Li Hua is the pure. Not the pure. The younger one.
I need to hold on.
Who is allergic to honey or something?
Yeah.
She is Li Hua. Rishu is the new one. She has the love connection to Basen, who is Gao Shun's son. Gao Shun, who is Jinshi's servant. Man. I honestly, and this is totally not related to anything, but I hope that... Yes!
Li Shu is the young... This is Li Shu.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, no, see,
Who the heck is Li Hua? I don't care. Anyway.
When did they get together? I don't know. This is so confused. I'm confused.
I personally hope that Rihaku and Irene from the brothel. I hope that he can bag her, girl. Like
Well, the last episode 20, ended off with, oh, someone bought out one of the top 3 concubines. Huh? Who? Swear to God, if it's Lockett, I'm busted.
I don't think it is, though. I don't think it is. I think that other woman, not Pyrene, the one who Rihaku has been seeing, the one with the really big boobs.
She got really big boobs.
Not her. I think that other one, the one with the red hair, who was talking to Mao Mao about retiring, I think it's her. I think she found her man.
Ooh.
And the gossip is going around, and then Rihaku's all scared because he thinks that Pyrene, the love of his life, is like gonna be sold.
The redhead or whatever one, the one you're talking about, she's the one that walked into the room to fetch Mao Mao after Locken left?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She was talking to Mao Mao about retiring when they were in the bath.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh,
so, the thing is, we haven't discovered anything in this conversation. There's nothing new here. We're just trying to talk it out because I don't know what the hell's going on.
So maybe
moving on.
Maybe this helped. I don't know.
I don't think it did.
I don't know. This is free for all. Like we're just spouting nonsense. There's 4 episodes left. Obviously, I don't think anything super duper important is going to happen between Jinshi and Mao Mao when it gets to the point of them like liking each other.
No, absolutely not.
Unless Locken's like, get married to my daughter because you put her in a compromising position.
Or else.
That's so drama.
I don't think that will happen.
That's so drama.
I don't think that that's going to happen. However, I would like to... Well, I think these 2 points that we have in here are essentially the same thing. The first point is we wanted to theorize what it will take for Mao Mao to actually fall in love with Jinshi. But before that, we have to first talk about, number 1, how do we get her to realize that he's a man? Okay, number 1. A man in the biological sense, you know what I mean? Number 2, how do we get her to not be absolutely repulsed by him every single time he tries to flirt with her? Okay, because right now we're at the point where he's like, hey, meet me inside, and she's like, ugh. Like, she gets the ick, like, visibly. Number 3, how do we get her to actually like him enough to consider him as a romantic partner?
I literally can't envision it.
Hurdles that we must overcome.
These are really big hurdles for Mao Mao.
Really, really big.
I don't know.
I have seen how she discovers that he's not a eunuch in the manga. That was spoiled for me, so I know.
That's cave scene. That's all I know.
An accidental touch.
She's like, wait a minute.
She him.
But didn't she say, that's a frog? You're still a eunuch or something like that? Like, girl.
She's like, there's a frog in there. Girl. And a frog. And he gets offended. He's like, a frog.
But, like, why are they in that cave? That's why. I don't know.
I know why.
Is that going to be happening, like, in the next 4 episodes?
I don't think so.
Okay. Don't tell me why. I don't want to know.
I think this is, like, Arc 3 stuff.
Arc 3?
Well, we're in Arc 2 right now.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. What?
No.
Slow burn. There's not even burning on it.
It is. It's the slowest burn. It's not.
No, there's a fire over there. And that's just Jinshi's.
There's a fire. There's a fire over there, and we're sitting here in the dark. It's cold. I'm shivering.
There's a fire in one state. Mao Mao, she's in a completely different state.
She's on a different continent.
Like,
man.
I don't know. I don't know what could happen. I think something compromising. I don't know.
Number 1, she obviously with that. Oh, what?
I'm just thinking, what if Locken does something where he's like, I'm going to make Mao Mao mine or something, or in some type of way, either like locking her into his family, or like be fucking weird. What if Jinshi is like, I gotta marry you to protect you, because back then, like, if she gets married to him, then, like, she's his property type thing. Mm-hmm. So then Locken, if he ever did something to Mao Mao, no matter what, like, there would be, like, he would get in trouble.
Yeah. I
don't know.
I'm struggling to see how, like, a marriage of convenience would come about. I think that, number 1, in order for her to even, like, her feelings to change at all, she has to realize that he's a man, which she will. Number 2, I think that she has to find out more about who he really is, because she's already suspecting that he's, like, somebody who's really important, but she doesn't understand, like, she can't get past the eunuch thing. So I think once the eunuch thing is gone, she will figure it out immediately. She will clock it, I think.
She's also the type of person where she's just like, she'll figure something out, or like, no, like, she'll think about
She will
telling
keep it to
someone
herself.
something, but then it's literally the type of thing where she's like, but that's none of my business. So like she's
Mhm.
like, I know that Jinshi's important, and he's not who he's like says he is,
She also
but that's not my
suspected
business.
the children. She suspected the babies of being swapped already.
And she knows that her father was the physician that catered to
Attending.
the women that night.
Mhm.
And she's just not asking questions. Which, like, I want her to ask questions, but, like, it's smart that she's not. Ask the questions for you. I don't know.
But
Maybe, like, he has to, like, be on the brink of death. And she's like, I'm in love with
and
you.
I think that kind of happened a little bit. Like, when she realized that it was him under the pillar, like, after the fact, she was like, wait. She had a moment where she was like, he could have died. And she didn't really think about, like, okay, like, what would that mean for me? But she was like, damn, he could have died. Like, it could have been him.
And then she passed out, and then he carried her out, and everyone was afraid.
Beautiful song ever.
I was literally like,
I had to go back and I had to rewind. I watched it again.
He looked so good with his hair up too. But okay, I keep forgetting that he's not 24. That he's actually like 19. And she's
and Mama was 16.
She's 17.
She's a teenager.
She's a teenager. He's a teenager. He's posing as a 24-year-old eunuch.
There's a lot of questions.
But and then that means that what's his name? Gaushin? Mm-hmm. He's not a eunuch. Is he posing as a eunuch?
Yeah, they both take the same. That was in the last episode. They take the same hormonal suppressants. But Gaushin is like married and has children and grandchildren. Like,
but he's wanting the ball to roll and finish rolling because he's like, we need to hurry this up. He's like, I'm ready to.
Literally, he's like, I'm trying to go home and spend time with my grandson. I'm trying to be a grandpa.
It's like he came out of retirement to like help Jinshi or something or whatnot. Like it's giving that. Grandpa wants to go back home. He's like, hurry it up.
I think he looks younger because of the hormonal suppressant. Because I didn't like when he said, "Oh yeah, my son gave me my first grandson." I was like, "Wait, you're like 30."
But people were probably back then like having kids super young, anyways.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like, obviously he's gonna be older.
Grandpa at 30, unless people are, having children when they're 14.
Whipping it out. Yeah. The baby making is happening. I don't know how. It's like Jinshi. He needs to put in more work because I just don't know how Mama's gonna be like. Yeah, I like Jinshi.
In this show, they are giving me literal crumbs, and I'm like a Hoover. I'm vacuuming them up. Okay, like anything that I can get from it, I'm like
delicious.
Like.
When Jinshi bought Mao from the brothel, like bought her out and then brought her back to work in his court or whatever, it was giving the TikTok where it's like, you are now one of my elite employees.
Yes.
She's like,
that's exactly what happened.
She's like, this is a different place than the rear house. Where are we? He's like, my home. You're working for me now. And she's like, huh?
Aren't you excited? And she's like,
huh? And then Gaushin obviously was just like, realistically, you can't go back to where you were fired.
Honestly, underrated character. I freaking love Gaushin. Every single time that people try to step to Mao and be like, girl, what the fuck are you? And he's like, you got something to say to her, you can say to me.
That one courtesan girl, Suri or whatever, literally came back from the dead. Who hired her?
Where is she at?
Who hired her? Because all that was connected. We have a conspiracy on our hands, and they want to kill Jinshi.
Because it's Lock-in.
I mean, but like, I thought you were for the girls, Suri or whatever your name is. I thought you were for the girls. Suri or something like that.
Suri. I don't think she is a girl's girl.
I hope they find her. And question her.
I hope they find her too. I want to know what happened.
Who hired you? Why did you do it? And what is your goal? What is your organization's goal? Or what is your boss's goal?
Like, where is she at? I want to know where she is.
Yeah, where did she go? I don't know.
And who helped her?
Cause she like walked out, or like I don't know if like it was the type of thing, you know, where they're playing the scene of like how it worked out. If that was like,
I think they did.
I know if that was like just like a hypothetical animation of how it worked out, or like that's actually how it is, and they're just explaining the explanation over it.
I still don't think that she could have done it by herself.
Oh, I don't know. It's just...
So people helped her. Who helped her? Who hired her? Where the fuck did she go?
Well,
why was she trying to escape? Like, why was she trying to get out?
The only reason I can think about people wanting to get rid of Jinshi is, one, because they either think they need to get rid of the competition of the former emperor, or so that it's just him and his bloodline, or they know Jinshi's true identity, so they're trying to like get rid of the emperor's bloodline by killing his only male heir to the throne.
I think there's a conspiracy to get rid of the current emperor, like you said, his entire line. I think that if we're going with this, that the goal is to replace the emperor with a new line. I think that the face powder with the babies in the beginning,
like, all together they're trying to like get rid of this royal family.
Everyone. Yes. But it's been in motion since Jinshi was a baby.
Yeah, and then what's her face being poisoned with her meals? Crazy. I don't. We have a conspiracy on our hands.
That's what I'm saying. Like, every time I think about it, I never get any answers. I just get more questions. So I don't know what's happening. Anyway, I think we should hurry up and wrap this up because I'm hungry.
That's it. Moral of the story, go watch it. There's 4 more episodes left.
Moral of the story, watch it. Become confused.
Become confused with us.
Club.
Did you get what we put down this meeting? Did you take notes? Please tell me you took meeting notes. This was a meeting. You were supposed to take notes.
Where are the minutes?
Where are the minutes? What was the first thing we said? Pop quiz. What was the first thing we said? No. Go watch it. Like, literally, it's on Crunchyroll, or by any means necessary. I do not condone illegal streaming, but I will say you gotta do what you gotta do. You can go read it if you don't want to watch it. I think just partaking in the story anyway, I'm here for it, because it's a good story.
I just need somebody to talk to about it other than Emily.
Are y'all as confused as we are? Did we make sense? Probably not. I don't know.
But boy, do I love talking about it.
Boy, do I love talking nonsense. I think I was connecting all the dots in my head.
I've connected them.
Tony Stark. I've solved it. I've solved the problem.
I've solved the riddle. I've connected the dots.
Yeah. Anyways,
it was good to be back.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for coming on.
I love to gab.
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk. Yeah. Follow us on our socials. You can find that in the description. We got an Instagram. We got a TikTok. Speaking about TikTok, the music TikTok people got me. They took down my audio for my Soju, Girls' Generation. They took down the Lionheart song, and I was like,
wow,
no. Yeah, so they got me there. But yeah, we're on TikTok, Instagram. We got a Discord. We got a Spotify. You can listen to our podcast on Spotify instead of YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube,
listen to us in stereo.
Listen to us on stereo. Yeah. So, like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Comment below if this made sense, or comment in our what channel? Our general or anime channel about Apothecary Diaries, because girl, we need to know if we made sense. We need to know if we were putting it down.
And if you have a clue,
Let
share
us know.
with the crew. Okay.
Yeah. Blue's Clues, don't... I haven't found it. I don't know where the clue's at. Yeah.
We've got a mystery on our hands.
We literally mysterying. I need Scooby here right now. Ruh-roh. I don't know. We're talking about this. Okay, yeah. If you're listening on Spotify, rate us 5 stars if you've enjoyed this. Share with your friends. Let them know and stuff. Yeah. So, much love to you guys. The Emilys will be back sometime. I have my spring break coming up, so I'll be going up to DC, hanging out with her, and we'll be vlogging together. We're gonna be doing so much. We're gonna be doing so much fun things together, like thrifting and like walking around the Capitol and like things like that, and yeah. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go. I need to go eat a Thin Mint. Watch Drive to Survive on Netflix. It's Formula 1 season, baby.
It's upon us.
Max Verstappen. Thumbs down. He wins all the time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.